Hey, so today I installed a catch can onto my 2009 5.3 liter Silverado. It's the same style I had on my 6 liter. I had a little video about that. This time I mounted it. It comes with this little bracket. It just indexes off this 10mm screw that holds a little bracket that holds the wires. Basically, I just mounted it here just for ease of service. The reason why you want a catch can is it catches the oil vapors before they go back into your intake and end up clogging your throttle body. I'm not sure why GM did this, why they didn't maybe offer this right from the factory, but for some reason they don't. So it's a good ad, you know what I mean, if you want to keep the intake nice and clean. So like I said, I mounted it right here so I could go ahead and I can, when I want to drain it after like every service or oil change, I can go ahead and get to it nice and easy. This motor has also been cammed just like my 6 liter. It's an all aluminum 5.3 with the 243 heads, and it also has the LS6 valley tray because it has the extra filter and stuff built into it. So you can see what I did. You can see it down in here. It actually comes out and it loops across, goes in, comes back out, and then because this is a closed circuit system, and it goes back into your intake right before the throttle body. So then the theory is the oil vapors get trapped in the catch can and you get nice clean air going back into your intake without having a vacuum leak. I know for a while on this truck I was running a filter here and I just had the intake looping into the head again, and I had it here and it was causing a vacuum leak. Every time you shut the truck off you could hear the air escaping again. So I wanted to prevent that, so I ended up going with the catch can now. So it's again, it's a closed system but with the filter. This should eliminate any kind of vacuum leaks and issues like that, and then still won't have the oil vapors going back into the motor. You can tell this motor was done 4 years ago now. It's got 60,000 kilometers on it. Still runs like a top. All I had to do, I put cam, bearings, all new gaskets and seals, crank bearings. I put a new Melee high volume oil pump in. And the reason why I did all this was at 140,000, the active fuel management system messed up. And it actually took out one of my cam bearings, and it was 9 days after my warranty timed out. I argued with GM, they wouldn't do anything about it because apparently it's a known issue. So I ended up pulling the motor out, having new cam bearings put in, and I cammed it, and then I went through everything because I had lost oil pressure. So it's got, you know, the cam, upgraded push rods, valve springs, all that kind of stuff like that. I did the oil pump. I had the bottom end checked by a local machine shop. They mic'd everything. They said there was no issues there. So I've got brand new stock bearings in the bottom. But all in all, it's pretty good, you know. And what I did is I did the LS6 valley tray, and that deleted the active fuel management. So this truck no longer shuts down, which increases the reliability. And you know, even without it shutting down, I'm still getting 13.5 liters per 100, and that's not bad with a truck with a can 5.3 4-wheel drive with a 4-inch lift on 33s. So I can't argue with the with that. I think it just makes it more reliable, and hopefully I won't have any more issues with it. Like I said, I've had about 60,000 kilometers on it. Truck's at just under 200, and I haven't had any issues now since the new motor. And ever since I had it built too, though, now I do full synthetic oils and that kind of stuff. Like I said, I've had everything done. So I know a few years ago I ended up doing a 4-inch lift in it, and I ended up dropping gears. I went from 342s, which was stock because it's a 6-speed truck, and I went to 373s. And now I've noticed the mileage is basically just like stock. I know my truck never came with this, and I found this in a wreckers, and this is plug and play. So if you have a truck that doesn't have these buttons to control the dash, and if you find one of these, I know I picked it up at a local record for 60 bucks. You simply pop this off, and the wires for this is already there. You just plug it in and it works perfect with the dash, no problems. One of the other upgrades I did is my truck was originally a cloth seat with a full down console, and I ended up going to the wreckers and I found these out of a wreck car. These are 12-way powered heated cooled seats, and I ended up picking them up you know, at a decent price, and then I sold my factory stuff for almost the same. So I really only have about 150 bucks into it. You know, I got the console and everything now. I installed everything, and there's actually a wiring diagram that I found online, because my truck only had the 6-way power and then manual passenger seat, and now they're both 12-way power. One of the things I would like to do eventually, if I were to go with the LTZ door panels, I can go ahead, swap all these out, get the linkages, and then I could run the heated cool seats, because these are heated cooled. And that would be really handy. Maybe in the summertime, if I end up finding the door panels and the wiring that I need, I'll do a little video on that, on how to do that, how to swap it over. But as you can see, I got the leather in the rear and everything. Like I said, it only took me a half a day or so, and then once I found the wiring diagram online, I was able to hook it all up. But and again too, I went with a Black Bear performance tune, same as what I'm going to be doing on my C10. And yeah, like I said, it's really been working out really well. But I just thought I'd give you guys a heads up on, you know, the importance of installing a catch can, because it really does help prevent the air and oil mixture that comes from your crankcase from venting back into your intake. Because I know if anybody's ever had trouble with it starting to run rough or issues like that, in those intakes, they will plug up. If you ever pull one of those intakes off and you tip it up and it's never had a catch can, you will literally see dirty oil and that kind of stuff pour out of it. For some reason, when GM engineered these, they went with the closed system, so then it was better for the environment. But it, you know, on an oil change, you'll lose, you know, half a liter of oil or almost a full liter of oil per oil change, because it gets mixed up with the crankcase pressure and it just gets trapped into your intake and causes it to run a little rough. You know, you're not getting that nice clean air that you should be with your fuel mixture and stuff like that. So, like I said, these are really cheap. They're only like 100, 150 bucks right off Summit. I went with the closed system because, you know, I've heard online that the guys with the filters, it could cause a vacuum leak again, and I don't want to have a vacuum leak. And like I said, I have the same one on my C10, and I really like it. And it's the same setup. I have the LS6 valid tray on that truck, and it comes in and goes back into your intake. And I haven't had an ounce of problem with it. So, you know what I mean? I just, like I said, I ordered this right off Summit. You know, it's a nice brushed aluminum. This one here, I have lots of room to access it. I'll just put a little tray or something under that every oil change, and I'll just drain the dirty oil out, and that keeps it from going into your intake. But if you guys would like to see more videos on my 2009 Cam pickup, just maybe leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.